Hey, it's Chris, Eaglecapoutdoors. Thanks for checking back in on the channel. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe, like, give us some comments, ask questions, give us feedback. If you want something reviewed, please tell us, because we will get the product and review it before you have to lay down the cash. So just let us know, and we'll put it up on the website. Check us out, eaglecapoutdoors.com. We're going to talk about something that has bugged a lot of us. I know it's bugged me quite a bit. Hiking into the backcountry with your pack, you have it fully loaded down, maybe 40 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, something. And you need to have your bow on your pack. So you have your bow, so you need to load it on your pack, or you want to carry it in your hand. For me, I like to use hiking sticks, and so I like to put my bow on my pack when I'm making into the backcountry. So what I normally do is I put a couple straps around the pack, and then I hook the bow in and strap it, buckle it down, and make it nice and solid so that I don't have to worry about my bow. Well, on a couple occasions, I think it was Wyoming, we were in the backcountry, my cousin and I, and got on out. You have to drop your pack, take your bow off, or ask, like I did, my cousin unhooked my bow, but by that time, the herd's gone, they're moved off. What I've always looked for and tried to figure out is how can I put my bow on my pack, secure it, and then go hunt or hike in or whatever, but have my bow secure. So today what I have, at one of the bow shoots that we're at recently, we saw something that, I've seen it on the Instagram, all the, marketing, and it's called the bow spider, right? So this is the bow spider, and I had a lot of reservation about it. But we met the gentleman that created it, him and his wife and his new son. I think it's his son. But man, he sold it to us, and so I thought, hey, I better break it down and check it out and see what we have here. For the chance to break it down. So this is the bow spider. Okay, it's a packing and storage systems tool. So in the package, so we have some good little pictures of where it can be used on the back seat of your truck, car, whatever. Maybe Subaru. Maybe you hunt with a Subaru, but they have pictures of it on the back of car seats, things like that. So inside the package, advertising. That's a good key to packaging, so good job there. Let's see. This is the hooking mechanism that will go on your pack, or on your car, or on your hip belt, or whatever, wherever you want to put it. Okay, so that's that. This is the part. Yeah, this is the part that goes on your bow. This is a bracket you can use to mount to your bow. Kind of the way it works here is that it clips in and your bow hangs. It's locked in there pretty good when it's sitting there, but if you lift it, you lift your angle up, it slides out. So these are some Velcro straps again. He's done a good job with his marketing piece here. So let's see, here's another one, okay. And that's pretty high-end Velcro, good stuff. And then this is, I would assume, a strap. Okay, it's a Nice, solid, heavy duty. It's a plastic buckle, okay? So let's see how this installs. But let's first let's see the rest of the package. Okay. There are your packing list. Yep, some good instructions on how to pack and stuff. Yeah, and then yeah, so this is like all the information, the instructions. You know, the one thing that I noticed when he had these at the show, he had one that had clips here that could go on your pack and your straps. So instead of having to strap it like to your hip belt, it had pack straps, or I can't remember the term for it, but they would little metal tabs that would clip into your belt. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited to try it out. Mounting this part here, this is the part that it slides into the receiver. Remember, it slides into this receiver. And so you need to mount it on your bow. Well, some of the instructions, and actually when I met the gentleman and talked about this, he said, well, you're gonna have to, you know, this doesn't work with this type of, you know, offsetting stabilizer. He said you'll have to change or move or figure something out with that. Well, this is a Hoyt Defiant. I don't have a rear screw or anything for my stabilizer. So I like this Hoyt Stinger micro hex because it allows me to set my bow up and move the weight and adjust. So I've gotten it set perfectly for me. So I tried it here, but I didn't like it here because that meant I had to turn this knob. I had to turn this so that this button was up here. The back weights were up here, closer to my hand. And I try to keep a good posture and stuff, so I didn't like it there. So I decided, okay, well, since I don't like having my arrows pointing up and catching brush, I like them pointing down when it's on my pack. So I said, okay, well, I'll move it to the other side, okay? So the other side is up here on the top of the bow. So I've got it mounted up here, and there's the screw that you just put through there, and you mount it there. Okay, so I think that's really optimal for me. It still has room for my sight. My sight is all the way up. So I'm going to tighten it up real quick. So it's on there, and then this, you know, like I said, slides in there. To me, that'll be fine because my sight is out a little further, and my pack will be right here, and it'll be mounted on that pack, and that's how it is. So yeah, I like that so far. Okay. So as you can see, I decided to put the belt strap with the receiver for the bow spider on the seat of my truck, and there's a good reason for that. I had a friend that put his bow next to my tire when we were on a hunting trip, and then something happened, so he left it right there. We jumped in the truck, took off down the road. He looked back in the seat, looked over at me, where's my bow at? I was like, I don't know. And he's like, right then, we knew I ran over his bow. So don't be that guy leaving your bow by the tire. What I'm doing now is using the bow spider to safely store my bow. Easy enough. Okay, simple. Just use that, you jump, you have your bow. Don't be that guy that puts it by the tire. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to put this on my pack. Okay? So that I'm not going to use the bow spider straps on my pack. I felt it was a little bit loose, wasn't form fitted good enough. It still bounced around a little bit. So what I'm deciding to do is to hard mount this to my pack. The instructions in the pamphlet, they're pretty decent, but all in all, you've got to figure it out. Pretty easy though. If you know you need a wrench or a screwdriver, you'll need some pins, a pin, one pin, your choice, decide. You're just gonna mark your pack. Take the screws out. There's one plate on here, so you take that plate off, you mount it on here, you poke some pen ink on there, take this off, use your safety pin, heat it up, okay, and then you'll burn holes where you need the screw to go. Now I wouldn't burn them too big. This is don't want to make the holes too big. So yeah, so that's what you need to do. And instead of screwing your screws in from the top, you're going to go from behind and screw the screws into it. So there's a little hex area for your nut to go into. So you'll tighten that down, okay? So that's a few things you'll need to consider. The other thing you need to consider is where your bow is going to hang. Let's see if I zip this back up, and let's say my bow is right here, okay? It's going to mount right here. You see my pack is going to move down, so when it's on, it's going to slide down, okay? So it's just going to pull the pack, and it'll be like that. So you want to try to figure out the best spot to do it, and knowing that you may have to come back and figure out how to strap this or do something so that it's more firm when your pack is not full. When your pack is full, your lid is full, it's probably going to be just fine. But if you're running it as a day pack, then yeah, you might need to make sure that you got a good spot for it. The other thing you want to make sure of is where your bow hangs, that it's good for you when you take your pack off, or I'd really take the bow off before taking my pack off, but you want to make sure it hangs right so your strings are not out too far, your stabilizer's not out too far, etc. You want to make sure everything is in a good spot. So those are just some things to consider. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, it's on there. Let's see how this works. See how it pulls down, but when my pack is loaded, this will be up higher. So let's see, I'll try it on. Okay, you know, as you can see, it hangs pretty doggone low. It took me some effort to get it on there, so I think I have to raise that area up a little bit, which is okay, because you know, I said I was going to destroy this pack. So actually I'm packing the lid, so I might need to raise it up a hair, because that's just too much to get to my bow. I can get to it from down here, but who wants to do that, you know? So putting it on there is a pain in the rear, so I'm going to try a little different. Okay. Okay, so I moved it. As you can see, I moved the receiver higher up on the pack. It seems to be holding okay. Now I got to figure out if I need to move something else, but all in all, it's easier to get on and off, although I'm rather new at this, so I can get it off pretty easy, but getting it back on there, trust. I have a trust issue with he getting it on. So there. Okay, so pretty snazzy. I like it. Now I gotta go and use it and check it out hiking and, you know, hunting. I might go do a pig hunt or something and try to pack it around and see how it goes. Thanks for watching. Like us, subscribe, eaglecapoutdoors.com.